Hello, everybody. Welcome to another bootcamp. It is I, once again. As always, I'll just let the rest of the people join in, and we will begin ever so shortly. Let me just send you guys a link. So, in the YouTube live chat, there's now a link if you wanna follow along today's I would say tutorial, but it's not a tutorial per se, but if you want to do the same as I do, then go do that and download them. If you want to do your own thing, that's totally fine. You can just sit and use me as a, I don't know, background noise or whatever. But as always, my name is Oliver, and I'm a student here at CADA, third semester, going strong, not giving up yet. And yeah, I'll be showing you sculpting today. We already did modeling, we did texturing, today's sculpting, and Friday, for all of you who's gonna come there, we're gonna combine them all and make an entire character within the span of 3 hours. So it's gonna be super cramped, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. So this is perfect practice today. Hello, my young Padawan, Renan, everybody. Nice to see you all. If there's any new people, please write in chat. People are very nice here and welcoming. So if you have any tips or tricks you want to share, if you have any questions, if you have, you know, just some good vibes, throw them in the chat, and yeah, we'll help each other out. And it's not about making something that's super crazy good, so don't hesitate to write if you get stuck or it's going too fast or I mumbled or something got lost. Just use me, so to speak, and I'll guide you. Gustavo, hey, I'm new. Awesome, welcome. Alright, I think we are about ready to begin. Heidi, also new. Welcome, welcome. So, as always, I will be very briefly showing you guys how to navigate around the Blender viewport, because it's always nice with a refresher, and if you don't know, it's even better. Oh, I forgot to name something. So, in order to move around, hold middle mouse button, and you rotate. Creative Maggie, also new. Many new people today, I love it. It's great. Again, please let me know if it's going too fast or too slow, for that matter, because I want everybody to follow along. So it's not a me trying to show off my mad sculpting skills. I wish. Okay, so rotate by holding middle mouse, shift middle mouse to pan, and scroll wheel or control middle mouse to zoom in and out. Also hear it. So that's actually basically what we're going to be using, almost. As always, you can click on things and do stuff to them. And one thing I can see we can already do. I see Rock has to recommend using mouse or tablet for today's lesson. Tablet 100%. I am gonna do it as well, actually. I got my pen right here and my tablet here, because when you sculpt, there is something called pressure. That's so much easier to use when you draw or when you do anything. Imagine trying to draw with a long stick that has the same, you know, it's very, very hard to, you want to have the ability to fine tune your details and apply how much pressure you want. Or maybe drawing with a, I don't know, what's it called, a tractor or something. It's very hard. So yeah, use a pen if you have it. A mouse is fine, it's just not as easy. you're gonna have a bit more trouble doing the finer things at least. So yes. Yes, I just used the one we got from CADA actually. It's a Huron. Can you see it? This one? A Huron tablet. It's like decently big. It's like a big iPad, I feel like. And the pen is just, it's the one that follows along. So yeah, I'm already gonna use this now also to navigate around. Because might as well. So let's see if it's working. It is. Okay. So first off, what we're gonna do is you can see I named things over here. And I forgot a thing. The sphere here is not just a sphere. Well, it is just a sphere, but it is our eyes. So let's just do that already, so we know what is which is what. And yeah, let's start sculpting. So we're gonna do a monkey today. And if you want to follow the reference, I found this very cute little guy here. We only have a reference from the front here. You know, guys, you know I like to sculpt from all sides and model as well. But we're gonna do it a bit different today. If, however, you want to sculpt another monkey or a baboon or, I don't know, a squirrel, go crazy. This is about practicing. But we're gonna try to follow this guy a bit. And I just quickly model this very fast, so we could get some kind of, you know, get it going instead of you guys having to model first and then sculpt. So right away, if we look at our reference, you can see actually I didn't do a very good job. This happens all the time. You can never know what to expect, because you can see his head is actually bigger than his body. So right away, we're gonna have to scale it up a bit before we start sculpting. So click on the head here and go into edit mode, either by clicking up here or by clicking tab. And we only want to select the head because the neck is very, very small on this guy. He doesn't even have a neck actually, but click on any vertex or face, doesn't really matter, 1, 2 or 3. Click A for everything. Oh, sorry, not A. We're gonna click L. No? Shift L? Control? Control L, sorry. Again, I just did Maya all day, so Blender, it has to come back to me. But Control L to select the head, and then we're gonna click S for scale. And I might wanna tick off the proportional editing this guy up here. We don't want that on. So S for scale, and let's just make it, you know, not that big. The same size as the body. We can always drag it out. And let's move the head back a little bit. So G to grab and X to move along the X axis. And let's move it a bit back here. The monkey model is a thing I just sent earlier. I can send again. There's a link here. So it's a Blender file you can just open where I model it very fast. Alright, click tab to go out of edit mode when you are done with your tunings. And let's select the eyes here and go into edit mode again. And you can see there's a mirror modifier on, which is why I want to be in the edit mode, because when you move one side, the other side moves mirrored. So we just want to put this. It doesn't matter that much. We just want to have it, you know, a bit better. Something like this. And finally, tab to go out to object mode. Click on the ears. And here you can see I actually deleted the mirror modifier, so we have to do it again. So we have to delete one side. Click on this X-ray guy up here, or Alt and Z to see what is behind the curtain. Make sure you're in object mode, and let's delete the one side. And we want to delete faces. Delete is just X or delete, it doesn't matter. Now I go click Alt Z and click tab to go out of edit mode. And let us go to the modifier tab over here. You can see it, can't you? It's the wrench over here maybe I should start making my face smaller. But the wrench and add modifier and search mirror. And it's trying to mirror along the x-axis. We don't want that, we want the y-axis. So you just click it like this. And now we can again tab, click A for everything, G for grab, and move the ears wherever we want. And let's look at our reference. His ears are actually enormous. Oh. Like huge. So we can already, in here, we can scale them up. And especially along the z-axis. I'm gonna move them down a bit. Something like this. It's kind of cute. And they don't have to be perfect. We just want it somewhat. So I'll give you guys like a minute to finish this up and fix it. He already looks a lot cuter, I think, because, you know, massive head, which should actually be even bigger. So make sure you resize it if you want to follow, or do whatever you want if you do your own. And it is time to go into sculpting. So, right off the bat, you see in our outliner up here, we have a lot of different objects. We are gonna have to merge them together later. We're not gonna do it right now because I'm gonna show you why we need to do it. But and we also need to fix some other stuff first. So let us first just click on the head here and let us go into sculpt mode. Oh, wait 1 second. Before we do that, we need to make sure that everything is in 0. It is right now, luckily. You click on the little yellow box here and you see that everything is 0 and the scale is 1. If not, you want to click Control A and apply all transforms. Control A, all transforms. So it's ready to go. And it's pretty hot in the recording room, so I'm gonna strip for you guys. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna grab my pen and I'm gonna go into sculpt mode with the head selected. If you did not select it, you can't manipulate it, so you're gonna find that out very fast if you didn't do it. So again, we're gonna look at our reference. This little monkey guy here. What does he do? What does he look like? So the first thing I notice is the cheeks go a lot out here, and his forehead is basically half of his head. And right now we have the eyes up here. So I'm thinking we want to move the mouth out and want to move the forehead up and make his eyes smaller here. So we can do everything a bit at a time. So first off, you navigate the same way. And down here you have all your brushes. To see what name they have, you can click on this little menu here and click names. Can you see it from my, yeah, you can barely see it. Right here, names, and then you can see what they're called. They all have shortcuts. I don't know any of them, because again, I sculpt in ZBrush usually. Even though Blender is actually pretty good sculpting tool. But I know the most important one is it G? G, yes, oh, lucky guess. I've been here before. G for grab. And this, you can select the vertex and you can pull it. And if you make it bigger, you can move more. So, how do we make it bigger? Well, first of all, you can go up here on radius, or you can go up here on strength to increase how strong it is, right? But it's tedious to go over here all the time, so shortcut is F for radius and Shift F for strength. The move tool, or the grab tool is called here, I like to just keep it 0.5 in strength. And the radius you just change all the time depending on what you want to make. So if you want to make very fine details, you keep it, very small, and you move a bit. If you want to grab the entire head and move that up, you probably want to make it bigger, like this. So first off, let us start with the mouth. I think that's a nice thing. And we have to be sure we work in symmetry. We're not going to do it on the arms, obviously, because they are not symmetrized, as you can see. But up here, you see this little butterfly. You want to make sure you have Y clicked on if you're working along the Y-axis, which is the green one, which we are. So we tap this on, and you see there's a dot on each side, and it does it symmetrically. If you do not work in symmetry, you are gonna hate your life, and you're gonna have to start over. So always, always, always double check you're in symmetry when you do things, especially sculpting. If you want to add details later, or you know, one eye is crooked or something, you do it in the end, not in the start, because you'll never be done. Okay, so the mouth, the cheeks especially, we want these to come out. So how to do that? We make the brush a bit smaller, and we just pull it out a bit. See if I can just something like this, and we can move this in a tiny bit, and we can move, because that's big. It's not a bit big here, so it's mostly just the front here. And they're not that tall, so we're also gonna move it down a bit here. So it gets this very boo-boo mouth. Cute little... Okay. Next thing we wanna do, we wanna fix this eye stuff going on here. So don't mind where these actual eyes are. We're not gonna use them right now. So let's just move this down. I'm gonna increase my brush size, and I'm gonna take the eyebrows, and I'm gonna push them down, and I'm also gonna push them a bit in. There we go. Awesome. If you really hate this with eyes, you can just go back to object mode, click on the eyes, go to tab, A for everything, and you can move them back to where you think it's better. And don't worry that it's looking super weird right now. We're gonna get there. Okay, back to reference. We need this big ass forehead. So I'm gonna go to the side. I'm gonna pull up here. Small strokes, gonna pull up. Getting very big brush here, so you know you move everything a bit smaller for the middle here. Move this out, and that's already looking a lot better. It's a bit more rounded, the monkey here, so something like this. And then we have a little tootsie thing here. You can see I already have it. I think I'm gonna make it a bit longer already. So I'm gonna go down here. Either you can pull this up, or you can just decrease the size of the brushes here. Because I want one that's behind my face. If I make that big again, I move it up. You can see it here. It's called the snake hook. I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna look exactly from the side, so I'm gonna click 1 on the keyboard. And I'm gonna make the brush a bit smaller. I'm gonna pull from this guy to make it go up like this. And I wanna do it again and give it a little... Oh, and you can see we're losing geometry now. We don't have enough. So we're gonna do a bit more later. But I want it to be a little hair strand almost going up here. Cool. So we fixed our face, well, most of it at least, and I think we can move on. Why can I? There we go. So next up, I think we want to integrate the ears and make them part of our head, because they are. Right now, though, they are a separate mesh. So what do? We go back into object mode, And we're gonna save now, so just Control S. If you download the file, it already has a name. And let us select the head and shift select the ears. And we're just gonna Control P to, no, not Control P. We're gonna, what is it, merge? Control M? No? Oh yeah, oh my god. Control J, of course, to join. Control J to join. You can see now it is one mesh. So again, Control J for join. So now if we go into sculpt mode and we use our grab tool, oh, they're still not connected. Oh my god. You can see they're actually still two separate meshes. We just manipulate them both. Control J, yes, Elena. In object mode, you select both, Control J. But they are not actually merged right now. They're just joined together, so you can manipulate both, but they are disconnected. So in order to fix that, oh, you can see also my symmetry is off now. I think it just did it because it did other things, so remember to double check that and put it back. And we need to remesh these two objects together. Merge. No. There's a much smarter thing, Callum. Don't worry. We don't want to go and merge all the things. We need to remesh. Be very careful with this. Save before you do it, and do not slide this guy. If you slide it, your Blender will most likely crash. Because if you hit 0, it will try to divide it up by infinite, which it cannot. So don't do that. So let's just start by remeshing at 0.05. Okay, and remesh. Let's see what happens. And you can see right away our mesh looks a bit weird, but they are now together. They are one mesh. So basically what it does is it calculates both the meshes and it finds the shortest path between them. The higher the quality, the nicer it looks, of course, but the harder it is also to manipulate later. And we really don't want to go too heavy in the start. Always tell people this. So right now we're at 12,000. Before we're at 2,000. I actually think 12,000 is a bit too much already, so I think I'm gonna set it up to 0.9 instead. And we're 4,000 instead. Go Control J. Doesn't it go Control J? Okay, so make sure you are in object mode. Select the ears, select, and make sure the ears have, well, that doesn't even matter actually. We're actually gonna also apply our modifier now. So click on the ears, go to the modifier tab, and click on the little drop down menu and apply. And again, shift click it, Control J, not G, Control J, and it should merge or join together. And then sculpt mode, you go to remesh, you write, don't drag, but write out what you want. And we will now merge them. And I like this more. It ruined my mesh a bit, but I don't care about that. I'm gonna fix it later. So again, I reference these little puppy ears here. They go a lot more out and they merge with the skull here. So in order to get it together, I will just hold shift for the smooth tool, and ever so slightly I will drag over it. So you can see now it's becoming one. You can also use the grab tool, a bit bigger, to push it in a bit. And I want to get the shape here, so I'm gonna push it out. Get those very monkey-ly ears going. And I'm gonna push this in right here. Okay. I like this shape. It's very cute. Very monkey ears. And this back here we're gonna fix later. Also this part here. Okay. Next up, we wanna merge it with the torso. So let's go back, object mode. Let us shift click the body and this and Control J. and go to sculpt mode and remesh again. We can increase it a tiny bit. Go to 7. I think that's good. Yes, great. And if we smooth it ever so slightly here, they will now be together and we'll have a neck or something close to it. And I think these arms here are disturbing me a bit, so I'll actually go hide them. The left arm, the right arm. I'll just focus on the face here. So I think I want to start pulling the eyebrows down a bit. So G for grab. Let's pull these down here. It's gonna look a bit mad now. Oh yeah, and if you want to, it's because when you use the grab tool, it pulls it out like in a plane from where you're looking. So if I'm looking here, it's pulling it sideways. So sometimes it's very hard to hit the middle of a mesh and pull it straight out because it will always pull it, you know, sideways. So in order to do that, you hold Control, and then wherever you pull it, it's gonna do it perpendicular to that area. If that makes sense. So I use this a lot actually when I sculpt. I always pull it out from, you can see here, I'm pulling out from the spot that it's facing towards. So if something is this way, it will pull straight here. Control and pull. And I think this is okay for now. I'm gonna make the cheeks a bit bigger here. And I think this is good. Okay, this is our general shape. Kinda happy with it for now. Maybe I'll make this go a bit more up here. All right. And now we want to increase the density of a mesh so we can add more detail. So don't go crazy again. I think 0.4. So just halve it from what I had before. Should be plenty. For now at least. I'm gonna now we can go and we can play around with this guy. Just pushing him in a bit. Pushing this in a bit. And I'm gonna grab my snake hook again. Go from the side. And let me just do something like this. Well, that's really cute. Okay. What is gonna really make or break our guy is the face. And I can see already that the face is already, it's way too thin. So we have to fix that. He's way too muscly in the face. So let's just make the brush like super big. And let's pull out here. Make sure you get the ears too. I think this is way better. It's more of a bubbly shape. I think his back head should also be a bit bigger. It almost looks a bit like a Teletubby, if you guys remember those. And I'm gonna squint the eyes in here as well, because they are not wide. Yeah, but I'm gonna make these thicker. I don't want to make the back here too thick in the start. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use a very, very good tool. It's called the clay strips, clay buildup in ZBrush. Basically, it just builds up like this. So it's like a kind of a paint tool. And we're gonna use this to define our cheeks a bit better. So I'm just gonna slowly start, you know, painting where I want. And if you hold Control, it's gonna paint inwards. So you can do this to highlight certain areas. So if you make it small, you can encapsulate the cheeks a bit. And I'm gonna draw back over it. Give it a little nice thick chin here. And again, you can smooth it by holding shift. And I think it's bigger yet. So like this. Much monkey cheeks. And I think what's making him look super creepy right now is also the fact that he doesn't have a mouth. So let's use this actually. Make it very small, and let's just draw in here. Oh, it's not the mesh is too. It's not dense enough yet, so we have to remesh again, and I'm gonna go down to 0.2. So you see, I'm very systemically going lower and lower, but I'm not doing more than doubling. So be very careful. See, now we're getting something. And once you've done something like this, you can see the vertices and the face are being stretched a lot, so you want to remesh again, and it's gonna recalculate and make it a bit better. And let's give it a little lip here. I don't know how monkey lip looks, but it's something. It's something like this now, that's for sure. We can always look at other references if we want to. Monkey mouth. I think something like this could be very cute. So we wanna make it go up a bit more out actually. The lips go pretty far out, so I'm gonna go a bit crazy here. Oh yeah, that's more like a monkey. Maybe a bit much now. I think it was a bit much. I'll just smooth it with holding shift. Go a bit in. I'm gonna remesh this guy. It was a bit too much still. I do like the idea. I'm gonna smooth it, go back. There we go. I'm gonna make it go a bit upwards, the lip. And I think I'm gonna give it a bit of a smile. And we're gonna go back to the clay strips, make it very small, and we're gonna add a little crease to the lips here, just so it's actually 2 lips and not 1. Remesh again. If it's not enough, there's also a crease tool, which can do it. Yes, that's better. Remesh again. And there we go. I do think the lower lip should actually be a bit bigger. And now we can do the whole trick with opening the mouth just by holding control and use the move tool. And we can move the mouth out and up like this. So that looks more like a monkey now. Next up, let us look at a reference. I think we want to make a little nose. You're struggling with the mouth, Gustav. Okay. Just make sure you have enough polygons so you can actually make the mouth. So if you click up here and click statistics, you can see how many you have. And you maybe want to be at around 30,000 at least. And with the clay strips, you just hold control and you paint ever so slightly inwards like this. If it's too much, you make the brush a lot smaller. Like this. And you hold control inwards and you just go on the outside to make the lips. And that's actually enough just to make some kind of mouth. I can show it again with the nose here. So I'm gonna make a nose. You can also do it the other way, which we're gonna do. So I'm gonna build it up first. Gonna build up a little nose. Alright, so there's a nose. I'm gonna hold control to make, and paint to make the nose holes, or whatever you want to call them. And then you just keep pushing it inwards with the move tool. 12,000, yeah, that's why. So remeasure by double of what you had. So if you had 0.08, go to 0.04. And it should make it a lot easier. For sure. I'm gonna exaggerate his nose a bit. It's gonna look cute. Oh, almost looks like a baby. A baby. I'm gonna go inwards here. Big nostrils. Very big nostrils. I think the mouth needs a bit more work, but I'm gonna go back to it. This one has a smaller nose. I think I'm gonna make mine smaller too. So I'm gonna go back to my grab tool, and I can just push it in. You know, still want the big nostrils. Just want it a bit more small. I'm gonna smooth it out, holding shift. Make these a bit bigger. The inside too. I'm gonna remesh. So every time you run into issues with the mesh and it's like it's not really doing what you want, remesh. I use it all the time. It's a very powerful tool. Now I'm gonna make the nose go into the eyes here. And let's give it some nice, call them eye cheeks. So this whole face comes together here. Alrighty. And I think I'm separating the, because I'm using this as a reference, I think I should separate the mouth less from the nose, make it all go a bit more together. So I'm gonna draw a lot more here. Give it some big fat cheeks. More like this, and this goes here. This is looking better already. Again, always just look at your reference. If you get stuck, you might get some nice ideas. I'm gonna draw in a tiny bit around the mouth here. There we go. And there's something called, I think it's just the crease tool. Make it small, and you can outline. If there's something you want to exaggerate a bit. Kind of want to exaggerate the mouth here. I think I want to something like this. I'm gonna remesh again. I'm gonna open the mouth a bit more. So just hold G, hold control, sorry, and push the mesh away. And if you think it looks stupid with a big mouth, you'll just easy move it in. And you can just more like this. Smooth it a bit. And you can still add some lips to it if you want to. That's your artistic choice, whatever you feel like here. But make the brush small, go in, just paint a bit of lips. Bit higher here. Make them go out with the rest. And remesh, of course. Oh, I made them go way too much. There we go. Now I think we're gonna make this a bit cuter, because the eyebrows definitely makes it look a bit creepy. And it's because here it's going straight out. Here it has very clear eyebrows. So I think if I make this go up a bit with a smaller brush, and I make this a lot smaller here. So hold control, smoothing it out. Oh. Because I more wanted to look surprised than mad, so that's a bit hard when you want to capture an expression. Also think this needs to be moved up a bit. And the eyes needs to be moved as well, so don't worry about that. But I think if we can... Wait, help me. Ah, I'm stuck. There we go. I'm gonna get some eyelids in. I'm gonna pull this down here. I'm gonna remesh, of course. I'm gonna move the whole thing up a bit. And grab and do this. This, move this in, pull this out a bit, remesh, and I think it's time to up my remesh again to 0.001, make it even denser, so I can do this kind of thing. So now we're getting some eyelids going. Just gonna do this. I'm gonna use my crease tool again to sharpen this here. Smooth it out a bit. And it's looking a lot cuter now, that's for sure. A lot cuter. I think we can actually make the nose a lot thinner here. And here, and let's grab this. And let me just draw it down here. Just trying something out now. Let's see if it works. We can of course also move the eyes further in if we want to, if you're not happy with where they are. Use my crease again to fix this part here. And if you hold control, control just reverses whatever brush you have selected. So if it's painting inwards normally, it's gonna paint outwards instead. Okay, I am gonna move my eyes a bit in, and then I'm gonna go to, let me just fix this here. Gonna again grab some eye here and move it in, crease it to separate it, smooth it out, gonna paint it on the outside. So I'm just rinse and repeating the same procedures I've done the whole evening. So object mode, let me click on the eyes, edit, G and Y, G and X. Yes, so it's a bit more pointed in now. Okay, I'm not gonna spend too much time with this now because we cannot sculpt the whole day. We're gotta keep moving. Move this in. Okay, last detail. Just gonna make it. Actually too much detail. Gonna make it look a bit more surprised. I'm gonna open up the eyes a bit more. Woo! Yes, that was better. Very nice. Okay, hope you guys are with me so far. If anyone is lost again, let me know. I think I'm pretty happy with the face. It looks a lot more like a baby now. And that's the thing that takes the longest. So from here it's gonna be a lot faster. But if we don't get the face right, we're not gonna get a monkey. And that is for sure. Just gonna push this in a bit. Gonna use the deflate and hold control. Inflate to and then deflate by holding control. So make it a bit thinner. Remesh again. And now let's finish off the face with the ears. Shot myself in the foot with the remesh. Uh-oh, what did you do, Cian? What did you do? I'm excited to hear what you did. Okay, let's just quickly do the ear shape. So I'm gonna paint the outer edge. I'm gonna go in the inner edge. I'm gonna make the other inner edge and then go in. So it's like 2 layers of out and 2 layers of in. And we're gonna speed run this. I'm gonna use a normal clay brush because it's a bit smoother. Hold control. Oh, no, sorry, not control this one. Just gonna paint. I'm gonna hold F to make it a bit smaller. Shift F to make it stronger. Blender crash and have to start from way back. Okay, so I have a tip for you guys. If you go up to a file, if you crashed and you click recover and you click autosave, you will sometimes have an autosave here. So I have an autosave. It's a while back, but sometimes it does it for you. So if you have, use that. Otherwise, too bad. Sorry. Yeah, so save all the time. Every time you remesh, save. Save, 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 save. Okay, I'm gonna paint the outer ear here, like I said. Make sure it's going down. Connected everything. Yes, you went too ham. That's why I said wait. I'm sorry, Zian, but that's why you wait. Because the arms are not symmetrized. Yes. That is exactly right. Thanks for the tip. Yes. Now you know why. And hey, you don't... That's actually, it's very, very beneficial for you because you're like, why should I do this? Like, who is this guy? Why is he telling me to do it this way? But I just want to do it this way. And then you do it and then you fuck it up and you figure out, that is why. And you never do it again. If someone just tells you, you don't really, learn it. You have to experience the pain, I would say. And you can see my computer is getting a bit slower now because we're working up in the mesh. So again, save, 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 save. I'm gonna use the other clay brush here. I'm just gonna paint it in a bit here. The ear here. Smooth it out. And then I'm gonna use my clay, and then I said I was gonna paint in, so I'm holding control and I'm painting in the ear, or I'm sculpting in the ear. Sculpting inwards. Oh, that was too much. I'm gonna sculpt outwards again with this part of the ear. It's going a bit crazy right now. It's probably not that far. I'm gonna sculpt. In again. Yeah, this computer has seen better days. Oh my lord. And I'm gonna finish up with this little thing here. I'm gonna make a little hole. There we go. Okay, I'm just smoothing everything out now. Because now we have an ear. It's fine. It actually turned out pretty well. And your light went out. Oh my god, no. You are cursed. Just gonna separate the ear a bit more, smooth it. Boom! We now have ears. I think they're a bit too detailed actually, to be honest, so you can always just smooth it out. I think it's better. Maybe it's a bit too much of a human ear, so I think I'll... It is a human ear, so I think I'll just move it out a bit like this. Okay, let's move on. The body, I don't think there's much to do with this actually. I kind of like how it is, so I think I'll just smooth it a bit. And let's connect the legs. So I'm gonna go to object mode. I'm gonna click the legs. I'm gonna click the rest. Control J. Go into sculpt mode. And remesh, because again, otherwise it's not gonna work. And I actually think my remesh is a bit too dense because my computer is lagging. So I'm gonna go half a step up. I'm still gonna keep all my detail. But see, I'm only at 300,000 now instead of 600. So it's gonna make it a lot easier for myself, but I'm still keeping all the details I made earlier. So the legs, what are we gonna do? Let's just make it like a little cute sitting pose. Again, you shouldn't have merged them yet if you were not happy with how they were. Just a little tip there. What we're gonna do, because we actually want to move this a bit more in towards the body, we're gonna have to mask. Let me see if we can find it. Mask. And we have to mask whatever we don't want to manipulate, because if I just click the grab brush now and move it in, you can see we're pushing the belly in, which we don't want to do. So very carefully, see if you can mask out. You can also see if you can... It's not gonna work. I don't know why it's actually clicking here. Maybe I'll make the brush smaller. Yeah, I'll make the brush smaller. Turn on autosave. I have no idea actually. I don't think mine is. I think it's on by default. And I wouldn't use it actually. I would really remember to save. I know it's a sucky advice, but if you have autosave on, you're gonna have so many files at one point that you're gonna, you're gonna kill your computer and your storage. Okay, I don't want to be too meticulous with this mask. I just want, most of this part here. So, okay, I've masked out the belly. Now with my grab tool, I can actually go a bit crazy here. I can move it in. And the bigger, the better. So already there, I think we kind of got it. And I think I want to keep the mask on a bit for now, while I still do stuff with the leg here. So I'm just gonna, I think I want to move it out a bit, or this other way. I'm gonna paint it with the clay tool. Because we want it to be, you know, very bubbly around the knee here. And I think I want to move the foot back as well. I can see that's way too far in front, so I'm gonna push it. And maybe I'll actually mask a bit more. Just right. Oh, that's the wrong one. Right here, masky, masky, masky. Like so. Oh yeah. Back to the move. And then I'm gonna move the foot back. The big brush. Yes, there we go. And you can see it's totally skewed right now, so I will have to go back and paint some more. So I can make it regain its shape. And this would be nicer with the and less dense mesh. So you can go down and remesh. Just don't go too crazy because you might lose all the detail you made. So I would say do like a small step thing if it's getting too laggy for you. Because if my computer is lagging, yours might very well do too. Okay, I think we got some legs here. I think this is nice enough for now. Maybe I'll add a little crease in the knee here. That was a big crease. Just a little crease. And I'm gonna paint this part a bit in, smooth it a bit, so the leg is connected. I'm gonna take my mask and I will click up on here and mask, and I will clear mask. So you don't have to sit and paint it away, you can just clear it. It's a bit easier. I can see that for some reason my symmetry is not working perfectly, so I have to fix it a bit. Okay, the toesies. Your laptop is doing surprisingly well. That's good to hear. I also think this computer is only meant for streaming. It doesn't feel like it's one of the super computers we have here. It's some of the computers we have at school are pretty crazy. I don't think that's the one they've given me, sadly. Okay, file, recover, autosave for anybody who wants to do it. File, recover. Yeah, but that's just where you do it. I don't think that's where you turn on autosave. Okay, another thing, we want to make these footsies flat. So let me see if I can find it. Flatten or plateau. I don't know which one is best. We'll have to test it out. Big brush. And I just, you know, paint. Oh, that was not what I wanted. It's not supposed to do it to the backside, so. Okay, I guess maybe plateau. That's not good. I don't know why it's going. It's pushing everything. That is not what I want. Okay, that's actually another thing we can do. There is something called a box trim. Let me see if it works. It did. So the box trim is super easy to use. You just drag it over wherever you want, and it's gonna cut it off, I think. And then I have to go to face sets and mask, the clear mask. Uh-oh. What did I do? Face sets from visible. Okay. Okay, face sets from visible, I think turns it off again, so I just did that. And I'm gonna remesh, because I did stuff. I'm gonna Control S. And this in here is super easy to fix, you just smooth over it. All the garbage comes there. Okay. And now I just need to make it into toes, which is gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience. I'm gonna move this up a bit. For any of you who got that reference, I think you're nice. How do we box trim again? Okay, let me show you again. 1 second. Good guy that you guys are writing me. That's awesome, because I'm just doing things and you know might be going too fast. Box trim is this one, the little scissor over here, and I would go into the flat plane. So just click on the X, and then you can just hover over whatever you want to box trim, and it's gonna cut it off. You might need to go in under face sets and face set from visible to get it away. I don't exactly know what it does, but it seems like that's a thing. And then you remesh, of course, to get it to work. Hope that that works for you. All right. Yeah, toes. That's where I was. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the clay tool again, and I'm gonna make 1, 2, 3, 5 toes. So one is gonna go out, one is gonna go in, a bit smaller, in, out, in, out, in, out, and in, and out. All right, and there you have it. Why is it doing that? It's supposed to paint out. This is not. Oh, why is it so slow? It's like 300,000. That's it. That is actually very, very, very low. I do not know why my computer is having trouble with this. Maybe it's the tool that's bad. I don't know. I'm not gonna blame Blender today. Don't worry, guys. I'll keep it hidden away. Gonna move these out a bit. Maybe move them a bit in. And that's fine. I think that's fine. Maybe I'll just use the crease. What is it different? Crease polish, crease sharp. I'm gonna use the crease sharp to make the last. Make it bigger for these toes. That was crazy much. And this is a lot more apparent. There, and there. So, there we go, guys. The bottom of the feet are orange for me. Yes, you have to go up to face sets and click on face set from visible, and then remesh, and it should work out somewhat fine. Tell me if that doesn't work. Lastly, I'm gonna smooth this whole thing because it looked a bit boxy after, well, because it was boxy before. So I'm just gonna smooth it out. Smooth whatever this is out. That's bunny. It's not a bunny, it's a monkey. You can see it's a monkey. Let's finish off with the tail. I think I'm gonna make sure you finished everything you need in symmetry. I think maybe with the lips I'm gonna give it a little last little thing. Just a bit more lips. tiny bit more lips. There we go. I don't know if that was better, but I did it, so. No turning back now. Oh, what is this I see? The upper part of the lip is moving weirdly down, so I think I'll just grab this up here. This also gives it a bit of... Okay, let's finish off with the tail. I'm gonna go to object mode. I will click the tail. I'll actually just go to edit mode here. I'm gonna select, gonna hold Alt and select. Am I? No, never mind. I'll not do anything. I'll just click the monkey. I'll click the tail. Control J. Oh, we need to apply the subdivision. Sorry. Okay, before we do that, sorry guys, I was getting a bit ahead of myself. I forgot what I wanted to do. Because we've done the symmetry, I want to get this tail a bit to the side. I think that would be fun. So I will go into edit mode. I will go to face select by clicking 3. And I will click on this proportional editing. So when I pull it, if I use my scroll wheel, I can actually move it a lot to the side. And that's because that's what I want. And then I will click this edge loop here. Make it a bit smaller, because maybe also hold shift and alt click this one. Move it a bit. So we have a bit of a, you know, sidewards tail. And then I think I will scale it on the y-axis a bit. Something like this. Now I'm gonna Control J. Control J. And I'm gonna, wait, did I save? Oh, it's crashing. I think it's because I didn't apply the modifier. I did just save, so it shouldn't be a problem. Because for once I actually remember to save all the time. Let me see if I can get it back. Okay, sculpt. Yeah, I was just at the tail, so I'll just redo what I just did. I will. Maybe it's actually better to. What? Right. I'll apply the modifier first. Boom. Then I will take this and I will not apply the modifier first. I regret my decision. I will take all these, shift select all vertices. Oh, and hold Alt Z of course, otherwise it will not take everything. Turn on proportional editing, make it a bit bigger. Yeah, this is a better way to do it. So just first I'll move all these vertices. And I'll control select these and move it a bit more. And then I'm gonna take these. So I'm just, you know, making it a bit fun. Because the more I do with the modeling here, the less I have to do later. Something like that. I am happy. Now, for the final time, I will select this, I will apply the modifier, I'll Control J, and I will go into sculpt mode. And you see this has this yellow thing again. I'll just see face set from visible to make it go away. I will dynamesh, or remesh it's called in Blender, sorry. The whole thing. I'll just smooth it out. The tail. Should maybe give it a subdivision more, but it's fine. And if you want to move the tail a bit more, you can of course do that. You can just move it however you like. If you want it to be a bit thicker in the start, you'll just use the inflate tool here. I at least think that will be the nicest. And maybe just build up clay a tiny bit here at the bottom, just so it actually goes into it. And this is it. I'll just, again, the arms, I'm not gonna do much with them. Oh, I have symmetry on, that's not gonna work. I have to take it off now, that's why it's messing up my mesh. Because it's no longer a symmetrized character. These feet, so I have to do both sides now if I want to do something. There we go. This last thing, we're gonna get our arms back, and our eyes, we can add a subdivision surface. So I'm gonna click Control 1. And they're gonna look a bit nicer. The arms as well, I'm gonna click Control 2 to make them a lot softer to look at. And this one up here, the left arm, we need to move that a bit away from the face, otherwise it's gonna, you know, intersect. So I'm gonna increase this a bit. Just gonna move it to here. Maybe a bit in front. Something like this. I think that's good. Oh. Some other one. It worked. Okay. This is looking fine. Yes, let's apply these. Apply modifier, apply modifier. Let's merge all these. Let's actually do one first. Let's do this arm first, Control J. Go into sculpt mode, remesh, make sure you don't have symmetry on. Oi, there we go. Voxel size 0.015. And it's gonna think a bit. I'm gonna Control S, I forgot to do that. And let me just make these two fit together. Make it smooth. And the reason I only did one arm first was so I could move this without moving the other arm, which is kind of nice. I'm just gonna have it like a little baby arm, so that's gonna be on purpose. I am gonna use my snake hook to draw out a finger. I'm gonna draw the rest out by hand. Just like this. It's gonna be fingers. I'm gonna crease. I'm gonna remesh first. And I'm gonna take, well, I'm gonna move this a bit in, because it's gonna be a hand, so we don't want it to be too much here. This is a hand, you guys can see that, right? It's a stylized sculpt, don't question it too much. gonna smooth. I'm gonna remesh. I'm gonna go a bit up again. 2.1. Save. And then remesh. Let it think. And we are almost there, guys. This is the end. I think I'm also gonna give that finger, I'm just gonna make it bend a little. Like so. I'm gonna inflate the tip a bit. I'm gonna use inflate. And I'm gonna add a little crease. Oh, I'm also gonna inflate this part. Add a little crease so it looks like it's a finger. That was a big crease. That was a very big crease. Inflate again. It's a little chubby finger. And I think I'm gonna just mask the face here. And then I'm gonna move the hand close. I need to mask the face though, otherwise it's not gonna work. Okay. Grab tool. I'm gonna force this guy. Wait. Close to the mouth. Oh, I added a little bit of mask there. That is not on purpose. You see that? We don't want that. Oh no, my finger. Oh no. Give it back. Let's try again. Move it in. Oh no. Mask. The mask is messing with me. There we go. Now it is putting a finger towards his mouth. A weird ass finger by now, because it's been pulled this much. But a finger nonetheless. We'll take it. Alright, I'm gonna clear the mask. And the other arm is gonna be added and we're done. I'm just gonna give it another smooth. Control 1, applied. Control J. Sculpt mode. Save and remesh. It's gonna think a bit. And let us just smooth this guy out so it is now part of the mesh. And I'm gonna add a very quick little elbow to it, so I'm just gonna grab this down. I'm gonna give it a little wrist here. Gonna build it in like this. Gonna build this up here. So this is not the best, but we're out of time, so I have to finish it up. Gonna push this up a bit. So a little hand, and again, just gonna make some very, very, very stylized fingers. So I'm gonna create one finger here. I'm gonna carve in here. I'm gonna create another finger here. Carve in here, another finger here. Gonna carve a bit more in. Gonna use the crease tool just to exaggerate a bit. And we're gonna remesh it. Smooth it, and we are done, guys. This is the monkey sculpting. Cute monkey sculpting, I might add. There we go. Wait, one last touch. You know me, always want one last touch. All right, we're done with the monkey. Good job, guys. If you have anything you want to finish up, you can do it. But yeah, this is how you go about sculpting, which is what this was about. So I hope you guys end up with something. You can do a screen dump. Just take a screenshot of it, or you can go to the render settings here and use cycles and use GPU. Add a denoiser if you want, and I think I'm just gonna do 150 samples. Let's see how it looks. Remember to save before you open it, because it is a lot more heavy than the models we usually model. I think mine is crashing actually. Damn. But alright, you guys know the drill. Take your sculpt, take a screenshot, and throw it into the Discord channel. If you guys want some feedback or want me to see it before I leave, do it now. I have to leave in 7 minutes, so I would love to see what you guys made. And I'm gonna throw my own in there as well. So this is the Discord channel. Discord, CADA, and 3D Bootcamp. So hit me with whatever you got. I want to see it. Monkey. I'm gonna give it a little brown material super fast. Decently rough. I'm gonna make it. Or what's this? This was golden. I'm gonna make it golden actually. I'm gonna take this as my reference for the color. So a little gold monkey with black eyes. There we go. And what does it look like in render? Actually, just this one like actually makes it kind of interesting. Okay, I'm gonna make one more, just to give it a bit of interesting light here. And maybe I should do the last little rim light here and make this where'd it go? There we go. Make this like a reddish tone. Cool. I'm gonna set my camera so you can see it. Shift A. Rotate along the Y, go to this. There we go. And I'm gonna render. Okay. Yeah, I was just showing out a bit. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry. Messages. Question. PC version. How can you remesh so it lowers the polygon count? You just remesh with the higher number. So instead of 0.1, you say 0.2, and then it will decrease the amount. So that's how you use it to go both back and forth. So no, don't decimate, not when you're doing sculpting. It does work, but you don't want to do that when sculpting. Did a lot, unfortunately it was a bit slow, but looking back to it, we didn't try to finish. Okay, yeah, totally fine. I've done this many times now, so you're not supposed to make it as far as me. But as long as you think you learned something, or you can rewatch it and keep working on it. Again, if you don't have a pen, it is super difficult to do it fast, at least. But yeah, let's see what you guys made. I'm gonna add my own on the desktop. Bootcamp files, renders, monkey sculpt. All right, nice to see you guys uploading. Elling. Okay, that's a very cute. I love the little tummy here. Very gnarly little monkey. You can definitely tell what it's supposed to be. On your tail is so much better than mine. I should not have made the tail like that. Oh my god. I see it now. I have to fix it. I cannot. A monkey tail is of course not pointy. It's almost flat. You are a genius. I'll just fix this right away. And that's already way better. Damn it. I knew I missed something. Remesh again. It's thinking. And there we go. Thank you, Elling. That helped me a lot. Alright guys, I'll just take a look at whatever you threw up and then I have to go. It looks very nice. Alright, looks very cute, this one as well. You guys really got far. Nice. Start over midway, but you still made this far? That's really good. Oh, have I got my button? Still looks weird, low poly. Yeah, you have to smooth it out, Billis, to make the belly go away. But then it's gonna be good. Alright, Renan, popping off here. I like it. It looks, he looks like a little... He looks like he's about to make trouble. For sure. Alright, this is all guys. I'm heading out. I'll keep looking at the rest of your sculpts. And then I will see you next time. I'll see you Friday. Jesus. Come Friday for the thing. We're making an entire character. So we're not only sculpting it, we're also modeling and texturing it for real. So it's going to be a bit longer. It's going to be at 6 to 9. So join in or watch the video after. It's going to be great. Peace out guys. Thank you so much for joining in. See you Friday, Renan. Awesome, you're going to make it. Bye bye everybody.